chapter 11. If you haven't read it, please read it. We're just kind of focusing on this one chapter called The BS That We Tell Ourselves. And it's really, really good. I was listening to it maybe like 3 weeks ago, just kind of like re-listening to the book, and it was speaking to me, and I felt like we needed to make a Zoom call on this and share with you guys.
Yeah, this call is like everything I actually need for my business right now. So I'm really excited and like super
Yeah,
passionate about this call and like excited to share it with you guys. But for
yeah.
those, we're just gonna do a quick introduction. If you don't know me, my name's Tori. I've been with the company since January of last year. I'm associate market mentor. This is Rachel.
Hi guys, I'm Rachel. I've been with Monat since November of 2017.
Time of
Yeah.
flat.
Wow. And I am market mentor.
Yay! So we are sure that you guys like all about objections when it comes to prospecting and when people give you some excuses about why they're not going to be good at this business or this and that. But what are the objections and what's the I'm going to say bullshit on this call, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna curse a lot, so I apologize in advance.
What is the BS that we tell ourselves day to day about why we're not good enough or why, you know, I can go all day about the negative and horrible things that we can say to ourselves, but we're going to kind of just go over the most common things that people kind of have trouble getting over, when starting a business like this. And yeah, the most common objections we tell ourselves.
Yeah, the first one, I think we get this all the time. We tell ourselves all the time is I don't have time. So like I don't have, I've been really busy and stressed out with work. I just don't have the time to do this. I don't have the time to do that. Like whatever the excuse is, that's just kind of like the generic like number one BS excuse that we tell ourselves all the time. So I'm trying to have like two different notes up here right now.
Oh, you're
So instead of saying we don't have time, instead of saying that, start saying like it's not a priority. Or like I haven't made it a priority to reach out to people. I haven't made it a priority to make a post. Not I don't have time for it. We just haven't made a priority of it. And being real honest with ourselves. And it's okay to be honest with ourselves. Like it's literally your business, but we need to start maybe switching it around and just kind of like see how we feel about that.
Yeah, see how that makes you feel because it's totally different than saying like, "Oh, I don't have time for this." It's, excuses only sound good to the people that are making them. So, if you say, "I don't have time to talk to 5 new people today," say, "It's not a priority for me to talk to 5 new people today," and see how that makes you feel. But, if don't kid yourself. If it's not a priority for you, that's fine. But don't tell yourself or tell your team or all these people that you want to build a huge business if you're not going to make it a priority.
Right.
Yeah, maybe you are making it a priority though. You are making it a priority and you're not seeing growth. Then you could be putting effort in the wrong places. So make sure that, and this is where I really need to get back on this, make sure 80% of your business is personal prospecting new business partners. Pay yourself first. Get what you can control done first, and then you can focus on all the other things that it takes to run this business. But if you're not doing that 80% or reaching out to new people every single day and making it a priority, then you kind of can't blame anybody but yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that like we always make time for the things that are most important in our lives. And that can be different things. Like this might not be a number one priority, so we don't put it at the top of the list. Like some people, will choose Netflix, or maybe you can fit in that hair or nail appointment. Like you'll squeeze it in time if you have kids and they have a soccer game or a dance rehearsal or recital or something like that. Like you manage to make time for that. If you have a vacation, like you have to do a little, you're supposed to work a lot, but you want to go on that vacation, you're going to make time for that. Working out, like we always make time for the things that we want. And we're just kind of using that I don't have time as an excuse to run this business. When people tell me that, I'm like, okay, well, do you go to the gym? Do you get on, a treadmill and do cardio for 30 minutes? Guys, I literally love going to the gym, and I'll sit on the bike and I swear to God, like an hour will go by and I've just done my VIP reach outs while I'm on the bike, and I've done like killed two birds with one stone. So little things like that, and just like putting into the, what do we say, the nicks and crannies of your life, like it really does not take a lot of time to run this business. It's, you just have to be efficient with your time. Like if you spend 1 to 2 hours a day just solely focused on doing the things that you need to do, that's all it really takes. And sometimes even less time than that. We're just like, I feel like we think that we need all this time to be successful in business, and we really don't.
No, just make it a priority like anything else you care about, you know? Like she said, if you have time to work out, you have time to do things that matter to you, then if this is something that you say matters to you, then make time for it.
Yeah, especially for those, like I'm kind of guilty of this, I'll be honest. If we're, in the beginning just starting out, we're like, I want to hit MMP, like I want to hit market builder, I want to hit MMB. Think to yourself, are you doing the things that an MMB would do? Like I tell myself, I want to be MMM, like I want to be AED, but then I look at myself, I'm like, am I doing all of the things that a director does? Am I getting on calls every single day? Am I prospecting? Am I doing, Zoom calls like 5 nights a week? And no, I'm honestly not doing that. So I don't deserve to be a director right now. So once I start putting myself into that position, to the, the goal I want to reach or the rank I want to reach, like you just have to be really honest with yourself. And I feel like sometimes we just say, oh, I want this, I want that, but we're not putting in the work that we should be.
Yeah. So I think that kind of covers that topic. But it's an important one. So if you say it matters, make it matter. Don't kid yourself and lie to yourself and others around you. The second one that we're going to go over is the objection of, I'm talking to enough people. I don't know what's wrong. So why am I not building my business? I'm talking to a lot of people. Why am I not growing at the rate I want to? What I have to say about that is that you won't realize you're not talking to enough people until you actually start talking to enough people. Because this is a new kind of business, obviously. If you've never done something like this is new. And telling yourself that, oh, I'm talking to, this many people, I think I'm doing this okay. The most successful people in businesses like this prospect and enroll 100 people in 2 years. Do you think that they've only talked to 100 people in 2 years? No, they've talked to thousands of people. So you won't realize that you're not talking to enough people until you actually do. So we kind of have a little challenge for you guys that we want to implement.
Yeah, I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to hold my team accountable for this. What do we say? 30 minutes a day?
Yeah.
So 30 minutes. And I honestly try to make it the first thing that you do, and just reach out to those people, reach back out to the people that maybe you first talked to months ago and you haven't talked to them again because they told you no. But months have gone by and you've built up a business and you've, shown that you've been able to do this. Reach back out to those people because now they've seen you do that. And, chances are they might be a little more comfortable, starting with you. But I think we all need to prospect more. They said, what did we say? 80% of your business should be prospecting.
Yes. So the challenge here is
wake up call.
You need to double the people that you are reaching out to. That is the challenge. For the next 2 weeks, I want you to double the amount of people that you've been reaching out to. If you've been reaching out to 3 people a day, make it 6. If it's 5, make it 10. If it's 10, make it 20. And I want to hear about the growth and all of the conversations that you're starting, because I guarantee you that this activity will re-engage your business. It will cause your excitement and your belief in yourself to grow. You'll become more confident in having conversations about the business with people, which will be more effective in prospecting, because confidence is huge. Having posture when you're talking to people. You'll be way more magnetic, and you will talk your way to the top, having all of these conversations. And that's what this is. This is a social business, talking to people. So,
and the more you do it, the better you're going to get. You're going to be more confident the more you're talking to people. It's a little awkward at first. Like everyone, when they first start this, is completely awkward, and they probably, say the wrong thing. They might say too much. They might overdo it a little bit, but that's fine. We're all a work in progress, and that's just, part of the business. I know for my team, I want to really do a lot more one-on-one calls. I love that app, the Calendly app. I've been using that. And, the number one thing as an upline or like just talking to people in general, and I say, you know, what are you struggling with? Oh, I'm struggling with market partners and VIPs. The first thing I'm going to ask, how many people have you talked to about this business or the products today or this whole week? And I know for a fact, chances are they're gonna be like, oh, well, I talked to this one girl the other day. Like, okay, well, what about the other few days? Like, we need to start, you know, just making conversation like way, way, way more often.
If you're not adding business partners and you're not adding customers, you're simply not talking to enough people. And that's just the fact of the matter. This is a numbers game. So just make sure you're talking to new people every damn day. We're quoting this chapter a lot, and I absolutely love it. So, but yeah, you have to be talking to new people every single day.
What did Gabby's? What's your comment? Oh yeah, if you don't sell them, someone else will. So true, guys. I have literally had this happen to me, and especially at the rate that we're going, you know, like we're gonna start taking off. So if you have like a friend group or something, and maybe you are scared to reach out to that person, you better go reach out to them tomorrow, because chances are next week or next month, little Sally, Susie, whatever from high school started Monat that you didn't know about, and she's gonna ask your friend, and she's gonna sign up and become a customer, and you don't want to do that. And you're like, oh, damn, she was on my list of 100 people. I was about to reach out to her, but you didn't, and you lost it on that sale. So get out there.
All right, so the third thing that we're going to talk about is some people say, I've recruited enough people. I've got enough people on my team. I've recruited 20 people. I've recruited 30 people. I've recruited 40 people, but I'm still not where I'm at. So you really need to ask yourself why. It's not up to your team to get you to where you want to be. It's entirely up to you. And like I said earlier, people who have had massive quick success in this business in 2 years, you know, they're in the $1 Million Club. They've enrolled 100 people at least, because that's what it takes to run to the top like that. Yeah, so another challenge that we want to talk about is go for recruiting as many people as you can. Go for recruiting 25 people every 6 months. And then the next 6 months, try to recruit 25 more. Yeah, it's a lot, but shoot for the moon and you'll land among the stars.
Yeah, it's a numbers game. You guys hear that all the time. Like, it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. And we get really excited. You know, I'm just gonna be real for a second. We get really excited, you know, oh my God, I have this one market partner. Like, I'm so excited for her. Like, that's really great, but we don't want to just put all of our eggs in one basket. You know, we want to grow really, really wide, because not every single person that we recruit are going to be rock stars and not going to want it as bad as, you know, that we want it. And that's just kind of how it goes. So it says, in that large group, you will find a few that will come to play big, and then your checks are going to show it. And like all that hard stuff that, you know, we're dealing with now, like it's going to be so worth it. Yes, find girls that want it as bad as you do. So true. So true.
Absolutely. Not people that you have to like drag into the business, because then you'll be dragging them through the business.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah. So you haven't recruited enough people. You've never recruited enough people.
No one on this call probably has recruited enough people, or else.
No.
Yeah.
And all of this, I'm taking and using it for my own business. So just like I said, I'm very passionate about this. I'm so excited to put all of this into play. Okay, so number 4, I'm being coachable. I'm super coachable. I'm the most coachable, but I'm still not getting anywhere. Okay, let's be real. You might think that you're being coachable, and that's great, but all of this is going to come back to being honest with yourself, being 100% real. If you were really coachable, you'd be where you want to be. Are you talking to enough people? Are you leading with the business and defaulting to the products? Are you putting in the work every day? Are you getting on the phone with people, not just hiding behind text messages? Are you doing FaceTimes? Are you having 3-way calls with your upline? Are you working on yourself and personal development? All of this is so, so key. Maybe you're coachable, but you've been receiving, you know, bad coaching from your upline. And honestly, like, I'm sorry that that's happened to you, but it's really not an excuse, because we have so many incredible resources, not even just on our Facebook pages, but like this book that we're talking about. There's so many other places to look for, you know, we always Go Pro by Eric Worre, Get Over Your Damn Self by Rami. Like, we always talk about these things. So for you to say that it's your upline's fault, or that, you know, I'm being coachable, but my upline sucks, not really flying with us.
Get over your damn self, reading it a second time. Yes. GoPros by Eric Worre. Worre, I believe.
$5
Yeah.
on iTunes.
Yeah. That was the first book I ever listened to in his business. And I was in the business for maybe about a month and a half. And I was being coachable and I was doing the things. And someone told me, like, you need to read the books, you need to listen to the podcast, you need to do this. And I was kind of like, no, I don't really need to. And I swear to God, guys, the second I listened to that book, it just clicked in my mind. I'm like, okay, I've been doing things completely wrong. And there's actually a process. And this is like, network marketing is a real thing. We're not the only network marketing company out there. And there's other people, really successful people out there that have done this,
Yeah. So I think that kind of covers it on that topic of saying I'm being coachable, but I'm not getting anywhere. So are you really doing all the things? All right. The next one, we kind of touched on this for a second, but this is another point that she makes. When you say, I've got a runner, I am going to stop recruiting because me and my girl are going to the top. We've got this. And and you may not even say to yourself, like, I'm going to stop recruiting. Maybe it just kind of happens because you realize, that you think that you have a runner who's just going to propel your business forward and you're focused on trying to help them and getting on 3-way calls with them. But do not kid yourself. If this person is just meeting their minimum PB requirement to hit their rank, they're not a runner. If they're just barely getting by, be real with what you actually have. And even if you don't have a team, this is just associate this with yourself, but be real with what you actually have. And don't let the fact that you think that you have a runner keep you from actually going out there for people who are really gonna run, who like we said, want it as bad as you. It's so easy to exaggerate your team, and this is exactly why I've been stuck for so long. It's easy to exaggerate what you have so you can justify spending your time on coaching, or dragging and pleading people to do the work. But once you stop dragging people along, you'll realize that you have tons of time for your business and prospecting 80% of the time. So you'll realize that you can get it done if you stop, wasting time on the people who aren't really following.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely been so guilty of that. You want everyone on your team to be really successful, and there's just some times where you have to like take a step back and only help so much and do so much. And you have to take care of your business first. You just care so much. I know we want everyone to be super successful and see like the vision that we see, but it's just not, that's just, not likely that every single person is going to be able to see that same vision. So take care of yourself first. 80% of the time you should be recruiting, prospecting, personal business, coaching new girls. Yes. And it's
you want 50 runners.
The hardest. Yeah. And that's the hardest too. Like that is the hardest part, I think, about this business. A lot of us can agree on, we can spend a lot of time, getting caught up in our group chats or, doing these Zoom calls, which are obviously really helpful, and making little pretty posts and doing our hair and doing stuff like that. That's all great and that's part of the business, but the actual, prospecting is so huge. And I think, like, I know for myself, I'm not speaking for everyone, but for myself, that is something that I completely need to work on, like 10,000%.
This call is everything to me. Like I'm loving every like point that she makes, and I'm so glad because I got on a one-on-one call with Sam and she told me to re-listen to this book because it was clear that I'm missing something. So this chapter specifically speaking to me. Okay, so next one. I can only sell the products. I'm really bad at getting MPs. I just can't seem to get MPs. I can only sell the products. Nope. Bullshit. Sorry. Wrong. The problem is that you're probably just leading with the products instead of the business. If you lead with the business and default to the products, then, if somebody's not interested in the business, you're able to say, oh, well, I have these really amazing products. Like, are you happy with what you're using on your hair currently? Or like, is there anything about your hair you'd like to change? But if you lead with the products and then someone's not interested in the products, it's impossible to say, hey, do you want to, make a living
Build a
selling
business.
products you don't like or want
Yeah.
anything to do with. But if you're not leading with the business, ask yourself why. Are you insecure with talking about the business, or are you simply not being coachable? You get what you
Love
ask
that.
for, 100%. If you don't talk about the business, you're never going to get business partners. It's impossible to get someone interested in building a biz with us if they're not interested in the products. So do not lead with that.
Love that.
I think that pretty much sums that one up.
I'm trying to follow your notes.
Oh, you're
Or like
fine.
my notes at the same time. All right.
Lots of info for you guys. Number 7. I don't need 3-way calls. I'm good. I got this. I can have people join just by talking to me. Oh, man. You know, this is another point where I've fallen off completely because it's total bullshit. And I've been in this business long enough. I can tell everybody everything they need to know about it. And that's not the point. That's 100% not the point. It's not about me. It's about the other person's experience. It doesn't matter if you're brand new or if you're a business veteran. The power of the 3-way calls, and Haley did such a good job talking about this last night with her business partner. So go back and watch that if you missed it, because we're not going to touch too long on this, but it's about the person that you want on your team. So having that third-party validation is huge. So you saying like you got it covered, you know.
Yeah, love that.
All right,
definitely watch Haley's Zoom for sure. I loved everything about that Zoom or live on Main Attraction. So you haven't watched that, as soon as you get off there, go watch that live.
All right, Rach, what's number 8?
Let me see. I don't have the right network. Bullshit. Have you seen how to lose a guy in 10 days? It's like bullshit. Okay. Anyways, you're prejudging your network. You have no idea what someone needs in their life or what they're going through. So, okay. Yes. So prejudging people, we got to stop doing that. We got to stop assuming like, oh, well, this person probably wouldn't want to do this. Like, you know, I see what they do in their lifestyle. This probably would fit for them. You guys have no idea what people are going through for their life. And this could be the exact thing that they need. Like, they might need that girl gang. They might need that love and support. And some people, you know, join for that. Or some people need that extra money. Maybe they just got a divorce. Maybe, you know, they just had a baby, or they just found out they were pregnant. Like, you don't know that. And something like this can be such a blessing to their life. But, you know, chances are probably 99% of us starting this business, like beforehand, we probably would never like, oh my God, I would love to sell shampoo online through Instagram. Like, that would be such a dream job. Like, no, chances are a majority of us got offered this opportunity, or someone told us about this opportunity. We're like, I was like, I'm not going to sell a freaking shampoo online. Like, get out of my face. Like, I'm not doing that. And, you know, after a while, we know how great of a blessing this business is, but we have to kind of like share that with other people. And that's what we're doing. We're sharing our story. We're sharing why we joined. And then that's what's going to attract all those other people and help those other people in so many different ways.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you think you don't have a good network, you can create a new one. Like Sam said, you can meet new people. There's always new people to meet in the world. There's billions of people out there. So don't think that you don't have a network. You always have a network. And the people that you know people. So use referrals too. If someone you ask isn't interested, say, hey, okay, that's fine. You guys, I don't know if you know this, but Samantha Gomes was a referral. She would not be in this business if the person that Jackie reached out to originally said, I'm not really interested, but I know this girl who might be. None of us would be here if it wasn't for referrals. So just saying
that's how I got signed up too.
Yeah, but post show. But yeah, you never know if somebody doesn't have the money to sign up, or they've got enough money. They're too busy. They're not going to want to do anything like this. You actually have no idea, and you're taking that opportunity away from somebody. You don't get to decide who this is for. Exactly, Sammy. Like, so many people like told me that they never thought I would do anything like this, but you truly exactly never know if somebody is tight on money or needs a new community and a new sense of maybe belonging or purpose. So who does have the right network? Whoever has the balls big enough to reach out to the people that they know and the people that they get referred to. If you have this as an excuse that you don't have the right network, you're really saying that you're too chicken to reach out to the people who could really run with this and make themselves and yourself a lot of money. Or you're
find
saying
them lady balls.
that you don't think that you're worthy of success, because we all are worthy of that. So you do have the right network and use it to your advantage. So exactly, have the kahunas to get out there and talk to those people, because you don't know until you ask, until you offer.
Lady balls.
Lady balls.
Take a few shots before you go out. Dude, actually there's people that do that. Gabby does that. I just called her out. She prospects like in
Hey,
Vegas.
I mean, everyone's having a good time. It's super casual conversation, having a good time. There's no reason why you can't do that.
Guys,
Okay.
I was just with a girl that I met when I went out.
Yes.
This is so funny. And you guys, I thought she was a stripper this whole time, but she works at a strip club as an accountant, just like me. But I wouldn't have known that unless I just went to eat with her. So there you
That's
go.
amazing. See, you wouldn't know if you didn't have these conversations with people. You're never gonna know. So put yourself out there. All right, number 9. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be the one that people run away from in the grocery store. I don't want to be that annoying girl who is always talking about blah, 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 blah.
Well,
I do. But honestly, y'all, we don't want you to be that person either. Obviously, we do this in an organic way that we can go about our business in a professional way without being super duper like, somehow you've gotten in your head that you'll be bothering people by offering the business to them, okay? But what if you knew that the next person you offer the business to exactly was in desperate need of making more money, or is your next runner, or maybe they've just like started having to use food stamps, or they need some sort of identity outside of just like being a new mom and a wife. Like, for the right people, you have a really special gift to offer. So think highly of these people that you're reaching out to and let them decide. It's not your decision to take that away from them. By being a human, they're programmed automatically to say no, just like we all were in the beginning. So don't take that personally if they say no, but take no, obviously, and reach back out to them later. There's tons of people who have Cadillacs now who said no first. But again, you can't just like think that you're going to be annoying, or that you're going to bother people by offering what you do for a living, So I don't know. That's what I want to say about that. Did I cover that?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 10.
Your stuff is everywhere. Oh my gosh. I don't want to work from appointment to appointment because I don't want to be pushy. I didn't really like get this part, but it's not being pushy or being professional. Your time is valuable and so is your prospect. So don't pussyfoot around.
I really wrote word for word what she said. But
okay.
Basically what she's trying to say here with your objection is, I don't want to work from appointment to appointment. So if I have a 3-way call with the prospect, I just want to kind of leave it open-ended. Hey girl, you just reach back out to me whenever, because you don't want to be pushy. Okay, y'all, it's not pushy to say, so I'm going to reach out to you on Tuesday. What's the best time for you, morning or afternoon? Afternoon. Okay, what's better, 4 or 5? 5. Perfect. That's professional. That's not
your business.
Yeah, so your time is valuable. Your prospect's time is valuable. So in my notes, I literally wrote exactly what she said. Don't pussyfoot around, and just efficiently lead your prospect in discovering if this is a good fit for them. And by setting up the next appointment, you're not being pushy. That's professional. And that's exactly what you want to show them that they'll be a part of when they join a business like this. If you don't set appointments, you're going to be chasing people, and that obviously seems pushy. And you're going to feel like, hey, come back, remember me? I didn't make an appointment with you.
Yeah, love that. What's the next one? Oh, this is my favorite one.
Rachel, this should be easier. Why is this not easy?
Okay, guys. This is not an easy job. However, I think we get confused between easy and simple. This is very simple, it's very duplicatable. Everything you could possibly need is at the touch of your fingers. If you need to know how to, if you're just starting out, you need to know how to do a flagship, this, and this. We have Market Partner Academy. We have a ton of Facebook group pages that all of these amazing girls have put together and done their own research to, you know, help each other out. You have your upline to help you. You even have like sidelines. You have the group chats. Everything is right there for you. So it's very simple to do. But no, it's not easy. And you guys all know that anything, you know, worth having and anything that's really rewarding is never going to be easy. So we got to, what was that? Oh, so we got to stop bitching that it's not easy. Just work smarter and harder. Think about, there's a couple examples she mentioned, like if you guys are in relationships or if you guys are like married, those aren't easy, but they're worth having, right? If you go to school and you're trying to get, you know, your master's degree or getting a doctor, like those aren't easy, but they're worth having. Having a baby, or if you want abs, like that's not easy either. It's hard work. You have to dedicate a lot of time, a lot of energy. You have to be, you know, extremely focused. So this is exactly the same thing. I don't know where, you know, and honestly, I just want to say it could be, I'll take a little bit of responsibility for, you know, when we're prospecting, talking to girls and we're making it seem like, oh, all we do is post, we just post online and we sell some hair products and then it's really great and we make thousands of dollars. Like there's a lot more work that goes into that. So maybe like setting the bar high when we're, you know, talking to people, like letting them know this is what you're signing up for. But building a 6-7 figure business is not easy, but have a lot easier than building something from the ground up. I don't know if any of you guys have ever tried to build your own business, but I personally know someone that has, and let me tell you, it's not easy, like at all. We literally have been given a business in a box with instructions on how to run it, and we have advice and literally everything, and we need to be taking full advantage of that. We are literally so spoiled that we have this opportunity in this business. And for a lot of people I know out there, oh, I just want to have my own business, I'm going to be my own boss, I want to do this, but like they say that, but they do not know the work it takes. Like I think some people think staying at home, we just kind of like chill and sit around. Like they don't see us, you know, sitting on these calls and like for hours. You know, me and Tori were on a phone call together, like talking about this Zoom call. I was laying by the pool and I was doing this, so that's an advantage, but I was taking notes, you know, listening to the book and taking notes. So it is work. But you know, if you keep up with it and keep doing it, it's going to be so rewarding. And you know, 5-10 years from now, we're all going to be driving white Cadillacs. We're going to have big ass bank accounts and be freaking set. So
say your Mark Cuban quote.
Oh yeah, Mark Cuban. If you guys don't know him, he's on Shark Tank. Says work as if there's someone working 24 hours a day to take it away from you.
Yeah.
AKA work your ass off and you'll be rewarded.
So yeah, it's very simple. We have a set way to do it, but it's not easy because putting yourself out there is never easy as a human. But if you just getting abs, like it's not easy, but it's so worth it. Oh, speaking of, I need abs. Okay. Number 12. I don't have what it takes to be a leader. So therefore I can't get ahead in this business. I'll never be a top income earner. This one hits me hard. So if you say that you don't have what it takes to be a leader, what you're really saying to yourself is that you don't believe that you have what it takes to lead and that you don't deserve success. But obviously, if you think this negative way about yourself, you're not alone. Tons of people like have doubts that plague them, but it's all bullshit, you guys. It's all bullshit. Leadership all it is just about influence. Nothing more, nothing less. The only thing that you need to do to be a leader in this business is walk the walk and talk the talk. If you're showing your team exactly what to do by doing it yourself, then they will follow. Show your team how to build this by building it. If you're willing to do everything it takes to duplicate in this business, then you're going to inspire no matter what. That's inspiring. Just know that your team statistically is going to do half of what you do, So if you're not giving it 110%, you can't tell them, reach out to 5 people a day. If you're not reaching out to 5 people a day, walk the walk, talk the talk. You have to have confidence in yourself and believe that you do have what it takes to hit your goals, because that's what inspires others. Be the market partner you want on your team. 100%. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
You do have what it takes to be a leader. Just do the work. Just do the business and build the business, and you're going to be an amazing leader.
Yeah.
What is that? Oh my God, I love that. Making a post that tomorrow for $2.99. You're getting a business in a box. Who can follow instructions? I love that. Okay. Number 13, this is the last point, and then we're going to have like a little wrap up, and then we'll be done. So number 13. Oh, I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to fail. So I'm not even going to try. That's my objection. That's the bullshit I'm telling myself. Well, hate to tell you guys this. Well, not actually, I love to tell you this, because this part is not bullshit. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fail. But the bullshit part is that you think you're going to be successful by being perfect or not making any sort of mistakes, or that other people who are successful are just innately born with this sense of success without making mistakes. Like, it just doesn't happen. Like, totally, totally wrong. And, you know, failing at things is the only way that you can learn how to be really, really good at it. None of us are immune from failure, and thank God for that. We cannot learn how to do anything really well without making mistakes. You don't learn how to ride a bike unless you fall off. You know, I'm sure everyone has scraped their knee when they were little from riding a bike, and you say, I'm not doing that again. Now I know how to ride this bike. Failure is simply indispensable to the entrepreneurial experience. How you learn from your mistakes and how you get back up is what defines you. So what she says is, she has this little activity that she does whenever she makes a mistake or she feels like she's failed. She'll think about it. She'll just think about the mistake. Okay, what did I do wrong here? Why did it happen? How can I learn from it? And let it go. Be kind to yourself. Have grace with your mistakes and yourself. Like Rachel said, we are all works in progress. And how exciting is that? To know that you can learn every single day and be better than you were yesterday because you learned from your mistakes. Like, that just gives me goosebumps. I don't know. So
yeah, it's a completely normal thing, and it's a part, you know, of your progress. And it's just like, I don't know, it's a part of this business. You're supposed to fail, you're supposed to learn, and you're supposed to grow. That's like the only way you're going to get to the top.
Yeah. So that covers our objections. We're going to have a little powwow here. We're going to get a little emotional here. I'm going to read a quote. Rachel's going to read a quote, and we're going to let you go. So how she closes the chapter is by saying this: we have such a short time here. Do you want to look back at your days and say, I was brave and audacious, or that I made excuses my entire life? You are exceptional and bound for greatness, so do not let excuses get in the way of that. All the stories that you're making up in your head are a complete waste of time and energy. They're just excuses. When we make excuses like this, we're really just afraid that we're not good enough and we're not worthy of great success. What are your limiting beliefs about yourself? Where do they come from? What were you told growing up? What were you told by the prospect yesterday who said your business is stupid? The truth is, we have everything we need within ourselves to succeed. But you also need a few other important things, which is hunger, the willingness to be completely coachable, having consistency, the willingness to be uncomfortable, and the resilience to keep going in the face of no's. How many times have you told yourself that you can't do something that countless other people can do? So don't tell yourself these limiting beliefs. Don't make excuses. That's my quote.
My quote?
Yeah.
Okay. I love that. So good. Yeah, stop overthinking. Stop giving yourself all these excuses. Like, you are your own worst enemy. You are the one that's like getting in your mind. When you start getting your mind, start thinking too much, like that's when things kind of, you know, start to, I guess, go downwards. But this is a quote. Every time you put out an excuse, you place another cement block on the walls you're building around yourself. With each excuse, you're trapping yourself in a prison of mediocrity of your own creation, condemning a life you really don't want. Being in that box may feel safe, but over time, what's going to be there with you is a whole lot of regret, regret. What is shame and loneliness? Done.
Done. So, moral of the story is, guys, do the work. Don't tell yourself excuses because they're just a waste of time. You see people doing it. You have all of the tools. You're totally capable. And I'm literally like changing my business from this day forward. Like, I'm so excited. And exactly, she can do it. You can do it.
Yes. Recognize it. Recognize the bullshit that you're telling yourself. Like, don't hide behind that. Accept it for what it is. Remove those cement blocks. Let that light in. Step into greatness and step into that woman that you envision yourself being when you first join this business as a motherfucking badass. Sorry for whoever doesn't like cussing. And like, let's make some real moves. Not just say, oh, I'm gonna do this. Like, let's actually do it.
And that's it.
And that's how we got.
So don't tell yourself any bullshit. All right, guys, we love you. Thank you so much for hopping on. We've got onboarding at 9 p.m. So see you guys there. Always good to onboard yourselves once a month at least, and all your new girls. So thanks for hopping on. Hope you found this valuable. It'll be uploaded to the page.
Yay.
Love you all.
Bye,
You
ladies.
Powerful, badass women. Bye.